So, let's start. Number 10. Venus, Earth's evil twin. From far away, Venus looks like Earth's sibling, almost the same size, almost the same mass, practically neighbors. But get closer and you realize this planet is wearing a friendly mask over a nightmare. The surface temperature sits at around 464 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. The atmosphere is a suffocating blanket of carbon dioxide, thick enough to crush a submarine. And just when you think it can't get worse, it rains. Except instead of water, it's sulfuric acid, falling from clouds that never actually reach the ground because it's too hot for the drops to survive the trip down. Here's the part that should really unsettle you. Scientists believe Venus may have once had oceans, a stable climate, maybe even the ingredients for life. Then a runaway greenhouse effect took over and paradise cooked itself into hell. It's basically a warning label for planets, dangling right next door. Number 9. Io, the volcano moon that never sleeps. Jupiter has dozens of moons, but Io is the one throwing a permanent tantrum. It's the most volcanically active object in the entire solar system, home to hundreds of active volcanoes spewing lava fountains that shoot up hundreds of kilometers into space. Why? Because Io is caught in a brutal gravitational tug-of-war between Jupiter and its neighboring moons, getting squeezed and stretched over and over like a stress ball that never gets a break. That constant flexing generates enough internal heat to keep the moon's insides molten. From orbit, Io looks like a diseased pizza, patches of yellow, orange, and red where sulfur and rock have painted the surface in the colors of a slow-motion apocalypse. And it never stops. It's been erupting for as long as we've been watching, and it'll keep erupting long after we've looked away. Number 8. Europa, the ocean hiding under the ice. On the surface, Europa looks calm, smooth, icy, almost peaceful compared to its violent neighbor Io. But that calm is a lie. Scientists believe there's a vast ocean hiding beneath that ice shell, possibly more than 60 miles deep, containing more liquid water than every ocean on Earth combined. And it's been sealed under that icy crust, in complete darkness, for possibly billions of years. Here's where it gets creepy. If that ocean has hydrothermal vents on its floor, the same kind that support entire ecosystems in Earth's deep sea, then Europa might already have life. Not on the surface where we could see it, but buried under miles of ice, swimming in eternal blackness, cut off from sunlight and cut off from us. We keep sending spacecraft to knock on Europa's door. So far, nothing has answered. But nothing has said no either. Number 7. Titan, the moon with lakes that would kill you instantly. Saturn's largest moon. Titan is the only other place in the solar system with stable liquid on its surface. Rivers, lakes, even rain. Sounds nice, right? Except none of it is water. Titan's lakes are made of liquid methane and ethane sitting at a bone-shattering minus 179 degrees Celsius. Step outside on Titan without a suit and you wouldn't just freeze, your body would essentially become a solid the way a puddle turns to ice, except way faster and way more final. And here's the unsettling twist. Some scientists think Titan's chemistry is complex enough that some form of exotic life could theoretically exist there. Life that doesn't use water at all, but liquid methane instead. An entirely alien biology, thriving in a place that would kill every living thing on Earth in seconds. Number 6. Mimas, the moon that looks like a weapon. When Saturn's moon Mimas was first photographed up close, scientists did a double take. A massive crater called Herschel stretches across nearly a third of the moon's diameter, giving Mimas an unmistakable resemblance to the Death Star from Star Wars, except this one is real, and it's been orbiting Saturn for billions of years. That crater is the scar from an impact so violent it almost tore the moon apart. Some models suggest the collision that made it came close to shattering Mimas completely. It didn't, but it left cracks running deep into the moon's interior. Recently, scientists found evidence of a hidden ocean sloshing beneath Mimas's icy shell, too, meaning this innocent-looking cratered rock might be hiding liquid water inside a moon that looks like a battle station. Sometimes the universe writes its own bad science fiction. Number 5. the asteroid belt, and the dark comets we can't see coming. Between Mars and Jupiter sits a graveyard of rubble called the asteroid belt, millions of rocky leftovers from the solar system's violent birth. Most of them stay in their lane, but recently scientists confirmed something far more unsettling: objects called dark comets. Unlike normal comets with glowing tails, dark comets reflect almost no light. They're nearly invisible to our telescopes, and unlike predictable asteroids, they release invisible bursts of gas that act like tiny thrusters, randomly shifting their path in ways we can't forecast. Some researchers believe dark comets could make up a significant chunk of the objects passing near Earth, and we currently have no reliable way to track them. In other words, there could be an object heading our way right now, and it would remain functionally invisible until it's already here. Number 4. Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a storm older than human civilization. Jupiter's Great Red Spot isn't just a big storm, it's a monster big enough to swallow 2 Earths whole, and it's not a passing weather system either. This storm has been raging continuously for at least 300 years, possibly much longer. On Earth, hurricanes lose energy the moment they touch land and get cut off from warm ocean water. Jupiter doesn't have land. It's a gas giant with no solid surface to slow anything down, which means this storm has nothing standing in its way. Winds inside the Great Red Spot reach speeds over 400 kilometers per hour, tearing through Jupiter's atmosphere in an endless self-sustaining rage. Imagine a hurricane that started before the United States existed as a country, and it's still spinning today, with no end in sight. Number 3. The hexagon at Saturn's pole that shouldn't exist. At Saturn's North Pole sits something that looks completely unnatural: a massive, perfectly geometric hexagon made of swirling clouds, wide enough to fit 4 Earths inside it. Storms in nature are supposed to be round. Circles are what physics naturally produces when fluid spins. A hexagon is not supposed to happen. And yet there it is, locked in place, rotating for decades with 6 sharp symmetrical sides, almost like something deliberately carved it into Saturn's atmosphere. Scientists have run lab experiments recreating similar shapes using spinning fluids at different speeds, so we have theories about the physics behind it. But actually seeing it, an enormous alien hexagon glowing on a gas giant a billion kilometers away, still feels like staring at proof that nature occasionally decides to break its own rules. Number 2. Planet 9, the phantom hiding at the edge of everything. Out beyond Neptune, in the freezing darkness of the outer solar system, something massive might be lurking that we've never actually seen. Astronomers noticed that a cluster of distant, icy objects all have strangely similar, oddly clustered orbits, the kind of pattern that shouldn't happen by chance. The leading explanation is Planet 9, a hypothetical world possibly 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, quietly tugging on everything around it from the shadows. We haven't photographed it. We haven't confirmed it exists at all. All we have is its gravitational fingerprint, evidence of an invisible hand rearranging the outer solar system without ever showing its face. If it's really out there, it's been sitting in the freezing dark for billions of years, completely unnoticed in our own cosmic backyard. Number 1, our own sun, the reactor that could reset civilization. We treat the sun like a comforting, reliable ball of warmth. In reality, it's an unstable thermonuclear furnace that occasionally throws violent tantrums directed straight at us. Coronal mass ejections send billions of tons of magnetized plasma hurtling through space, and when one is aimed at Earth, it can reach us in under a day. In 1859, an event called the Carrington event slammed Earth with one of these solar tantrums. Telegraph wires sparked and caught fire. Operators were shocked by their own equipment. The night sky lit up with auroras so bright people could read by them at midnight. That happened in an era when humanity barely used electricity. If a storm of that scale hit today, it could fry transformers, silence satellites, and knock out power grids for months, plunging modern civilization into darkness with almost no warning. And solar activity runs in cycles, meaning the sun isn't done throwing tantrums, it's just waiting for the next one. Thank you for watching and sticking till the end. We've got plenty more videos coming in the future. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss them. See you in the next one.